Welcome to Navigating AI, a controller's roadmap to AR success, a panel discussion brought to you by the Controllers Council. My name is Neil Brown, Executive Director of the Controllers Council. And before I introduce our expert panelists and our partner sponsor, let me share some brief housekeeping items. First, we'll have Q&A at the end of the presentation, so please use your GoToWebinar control panel to ask our expert questions. Next, while this webinar is not CPE eligible, we do have 2 polling questions, so please answer each poll to benchmark your peers. Finally, you'll receive a link to this webcast via email in the next 24 hours, so no need for notes or screenshots. Now a word about our partner and sponsor. Esker is a global cloud platform built to unlock strategic value for accounting, finance, procurement, and customer service professionals, and strengthen collaboration between companies by automating the cash conversion cycle. Founded in 1985, Esker operates in North America, Latin America, Europe, and Asia Pacific, with global headquarters in Lyon, France, and US headquarters in Madison, Wisconsin. It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker and subject matter expert, Dale Phillips, Business Development Manager at Esker. With over 30 years of experience in technology industries, Dale is a true veteran of the digital revolution. From telecommunications to cloud-based solutions, he's mastered a diverse array of technologies. Dale, welcome.
Thank you, Neil. I appreciate that. And good afternoon, everyone. Appreciate you joining us today to explore some of the uses of AI in accounts receivable. So Neil, you ready to jump in?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. All right. So one more slide, if you would, Neil. Okay, so let's begin with how the AI is used, right? Let's start with payment predictions. So here's the scenario. You've got a customer that pays like clockwork, 3 days late every time. So the question is, should you or your people be spending valuable time calling for that payment? Probably not. So the AI in this case, what it can do through the predictive analytics is to forecast when a payment is likely to arrive. This collections automation results in improved efficiency and better visibility over the incoming cash. Then you talk about recommendations. So there's a lot of examples here. In Cash App, for instance, if there is no exact match, the AI will do the math and recommend different combinations of invoices to pay. So prescriptive analytics then helps your AR team facilitate better decision making and accelerate the cash allocation process if there is not an exact match. And then data extraction. So a lot of times folks confuse AI with OCR. Both of them do data extraction, but AI is much superior. It's great at doing data extraction, but it also understands the context of the data, and so then it can use it to launch actions with what it learns. So AI is great at automatically capturing data from all sorts of AR documents to carry out those processes. So those processes could be routing the document, could be matching a payment to an invoice, could be creating a claim, those types of things. So this takes the burden of data entry off the AR team and helps you to optimize your invoice to cash efficiency. And then the last one there is the content analysis. Leveraging tools like Gen AI can speed up the processing of customer communications by suggesting responses and summarizing lengthy conversation threads. AR teams also benefit from chatbot assistance, enabling them to quickly search for data, generate reports, and create graphs. Next slide, please, Neil. Okay, defining these AI tools. The first one up there to the left is machine learning. And so machine learning is about letting the system improve through experience using additional data. So this includes typically human intervention to correct a field, for instance, that was not associated correctly with the first time data extraction and recognition. So the idea with it is that it's going to improve over time with your customers' transactional documents, with your transactional documents. Machine learning is going to continue to improve the accuracy over time. And you see it for predicting likely payment arrivals based on previous invoices, payment history, and other data. And so it's be able to do some predictions for you, and that's going to improve collections efficiency and, again, visibility over incoming cash. Then there's deep learning benefits. So, deep learning. And so what that is about is an artificial neural network that recognizes complex patterns and provides accurate insights and predictions. So this one is inspired by the human brain. It's built to kind of operate the way our brains do, the neural networks do. And so the idea here is there's minimal to no human intervention as deep learning continues in the background. And what that's going to do is build an extensive knowledge of your data set over time. One of the things you see it used for is extracting data from AR documents, for instance, taken from emails, such as claims, and then automatically routing them to the appropriate process, or approver. Then there's Gen AI. That's the one that's in the news. That's what's caused all the stir over the last couple of years. And what Gen AI does is create new original content by learning patterns and structures from existing data. So it can generate text, it can generate images, and it can generate video content. So some of the benefits are going to be to be able to process customer messages faster and with suggested responses. Going to be able to create summaries of these lengthy and complex email exchanges. It's going to be able to allow users to easily find information via a chatbot. And it's also going to be able to receive custom reports tailored to your needs. You can prompt for these reports ad hoc that are tailored to whatever your needs are. Then you move over to NLP. So NLP stands for natural language processing. It's another type of machine learning, and what NLP does is enable systems to understand human language, either in written or spoken form. So obviously this has roots in the field of linguistics. What it does is analyze and understand derived meaning from spoken or written word, and based on that, it can then generate human language responses. So here, what you're doing is facilitating better decision-making by recognizing keywords from customer messages and suggesting actions or providing responses accordingly. And then you got the complementary tools. So that's where OCR lives, right? For instance, OCR is a component of Esker's solution along with these different AI engines. So it has its place as a complement to the whole, just not as a lead. And then you see RPA in there too. That's robotic programming. RPA, I forget the exact acronym now, but that's the bots. Everybody's heard of the bots that have kind of a singular purpose to go out there and take on a particular task. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so what do the analysts have to say about all of this? You know, what are the studies suggesting? So one of the things is around customer behavior predictions, and forecasting customer behavior has become one of the number one pain point for AR processes, according to 39% of respondents from the Strategic Treasurer's 2023 Modernizing Accounts Receivable Processing Report. An example of what insights you can gain from tracking behaviors is things like collections forecasting, allocated cash forecasting, and predicting customer risk levels. The next one there is ease of automation. So according to a recent Accenture report, 59% of tasks in either the business or financial operations have a high potential for automation. Obviously, as part of this, for this high potential of automation is the need for accuracy. And what we're seeing is that invoicing errors and discrepancies have caused payment disruptions for 45% of CFOs, according to a 2023 report from Payments. And there's so many different possible errors in terms of accuracy, right? A ship to or a bill to address, quantities, dollar amounts, currencies, units of measure. If anything is incorrect, that's going to trigger a process potentially involving multiple staff in multiple departments to correct it, and that wastes a lot of time and delays payment, which will extend your DSO. So automation with AI does the extraction and the validation so staff, error prone as we humans are, don't have to. Then the last stat on here, it comes from Capgemini, and they revealed that collections and reconciliation processes in AR cause problems for over 70% of corporate treasurers. Okay, Neil, next.